the exception actually proves the rule. I did want to address something that Dana said. I
Go
think
ahead.
it's Dana, right? She actually said something that now this is what I do agree. So if something's wrong with the man, you can't put that on the women. All right. And that's but see here, but this is the flip side of that. In terms of wrong with the women, you can't put that on men either. So both sides are gonna have to improve to get what it is they're looking for and what they want. There's not so that which kind of goes to your preference. So whatever that man is looking for, then he's got to essentially be good enough to get the woman that he's looking for. So if you got to make improvements, then that's what you got to do. You know, and most men actually learn that very early. We actually had that conversation one of the times I was up here. We learned very early that in order to get the women that we want, we have to improve. We've been learning that lesson since we were like, 15, 16. So by the time you're 22, 25, if you ain't got it done by 30, then you're really not doing something right as a man. So that's where I would look at the man. But then I would also look on the women's side and go, so if you're not getting the men that you want, then that applies to you too. Which that's why when I threw up that super chat, let me pull it up because I think I kind of saved it here. I said something about, men must accept their part and whether in a relationship failure or the community's failure, but do women accept their part as well? Like, is that happening?
I agree with you 100%, Kev, but Hamp don't like when we say shit go both ways. So
okay, sometimes it does.
You're absolutely
there are times
right.
when it does.
You're absolutely right. It's not one-sided.
Get him out of here, man. I'm not doing that damn back and forth bull. No, I think the super chat. Yeah, Dana, I think it's not wrong, right? But in terms of like the conversations, it's better when it's pointed. Like when we get the men on, let's eat their ass up. Pause.
I'm teasing.
But now let me ask you guys this though. Mm-hmm. When I say something that you might disagree with, and I have done that, then again, it just looks like, and I want to emphasize this, it looks like, and I'm not speaking to you guys generally or specifically to you, I'm using you guys as an avatar to talk to the audience. And it kind of, look, there's been times when somehow the conversation, you guys haven't done tonight, which is good, by the way, but it'll kind of revert back to me like, okay, where's this guy from? What's he doing? What about your wife again? I'm like, they're not even part of the conversation. But, you guys haven't done that, today. So appreciate that. But that's something I just noticed with women. And then women will literally dismiss, like good information that men are giving you. And that's fine to disagree with it, but, it just makes sense to listen to it, especially when that's general agreement from men. If we say younger women are better, if we say, older women have trouble, taking rejection, if we say, whatever it is we're saying, there's some validity to it. And then it just makes sense to have some consideration. So we should be listening to what it is you guys are saying also. That's why when you said, we're not gonna put it just solely on the women, because that guy's got to improve to get the type of woman that he wants.
Yeah.
If I say something that's agreeable to the women, then you guys like it. I literally defended. Well, I'm not gonna say defended you, but I mostly agreed with. I actually disagreed with Barnabas when he was saying, you guys give those men that you normally don't give a chance. No, don't give those guys if you're gonna give them a chance normally, then don't give them a chance. Leave those guys alone. Let other women get out. Now make that guy improve to get the women that he wants.
Yeah, facts. Love, your body language is shit. I'm gonna let you know that now.
I'm sorry. I've been up since 4:00 this morning.
Me too.
So for you to sit there and now you're gonna have the narrative because I don't like what he's saying. That's not true. I really am.
No. We were talking about communication earlier when Ro mentioned that degree that ain't worth shit that she got. I just wanted to point it out that communication is key.
I have a master's in organizational management, specialized in public administration. It's not just communications. I also have a minor in sociology. Okay.
Look at that finger going. Jesus Louise. Okay.
And so what I always say to people, if you have a question about what I'm thinking or whatnot, then just ask. Like, come on. Like, I literally am sleepy. I am. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, I work all day.
Don't dignify that shit, man.
I'm just saying, like, come on, yo. Like, and then you sit there and I know the comment section is probably eating me up because they love to eat me up anyway. But wow, they do. Like, they find something and they harp on it, but it's not true. Like, I am sleepy, so love.
Okay, golly, man.
So it's 11:30 after 11:30 at night.
Just a joke. Good gracious.
Nah, but you know how to eat me up in the comments, Sam. Cut it out, and you sitting there going along with the narrative.
Wow.
You don't just ignore the comments. I mean, the chat is the chat. I mean, the real discussion is on the panel.
Sir,
the chat. They do what they do, but the discussion is on the.
Yeah, go ahead, Dana.
Kevin, I think that you made a good point, but I don't understand truly, honestly. And Hamp has said this before. Other men have said this before. I just don't understand why you all feel that because we disagree with what you say and we have a response to it, and sometimes it might be a passionate response. It doesn't mean it's aggressive or anything. Like it doesn't mean that we don't hear you. It doesn't mean that we're being volatile or any of those things. Like I don't understand why we can't just disagree with the things that you say and have a passionate conversation without you thinking that we're like attacking you or taking offense or being sensitive or any of these things that you guys say about us constantly. And with regard to the comment that you made about us turning the things on you, we were asking questions, qualifying questions about your relationship, because the things that you were saying on that particular day, in my mind, were contradictory to the life that you were living.
How do you mean?
You're trying to constantly give us, and that's the other thing. I come on here and think that we don't know shit about anything. Everybody has so much advice to offer us. Like we don't know anything. We're not free thinkers. We're not capable of using our minds. And you have so much wisdom and knowledge to, instill in us. And it's like, we didn't ask you for that. And we don't need that from you. And we don't need you to, it comes off as very condescending. So a lot of the times that's the response that you get, is offense to the condescending tone, attitude, and demeanor toward us when having a conversation, because it's not to encourage dialogue, it's to school us.
Good point. But I'll just say this. First time I come up and you guys ask the questions, at that point, I was done. You notice I didn't ask any questions to you guys. I don't have any for you. I just talked the talking points. I don't need to know your personal life, what you got going on, or unless it comes up somehow in the discussion. But I don't really care whether you're married or not, or what you got going on, or who you're dating. I'm speaking to the talking points. You notice I don't have to do that. I just do it.
But
I understand that first time when I came up, you guys had personal questions for me. That made sense. After that, we're done with it.
But you also volunteer information about yourself and your relationship. So we have that information going into the conversation for context. So when you say things that are contradictory to the life that you're living, we have follow-up questions.
Okay. Do you have an example?
I don't remember what it was. And Sis is gone. I don't remember what it was exactly, but something having to do with age, or I don't love.
Okay. Was that the younger men, older women? Younger women, older women thing?
It was probably within that.
Yeah. Well, but I'm right though. But men generally want younger women. We're right.
Oh, yes. That's what it was. You said that men generally. Right. You said that men generally want younger women, and she made the point that your first wife was about the same age or a little bit younger than you. That's what it was.
That's because we got married around the same age. Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't to attack you. It was to qualify what you were saying. It was contrary to the life that you have lived, is what the point that she was making.
That's not contrary. And we were the same age. We got married young, same age. So I can't go any younger than 18. So, we're early 20s.
Well, I can give another example.
When I got remarried, my wife is younger.
It was kind of condescending. It talked about it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm so sleepy. I'm sorry. So it wasn't about younger, older. Oh, coachable. The coachable conversation.
The culture what?
The coachable conversation. And when you divorced your first wife, you came up here. I don't even know why you spouted this. That's why we were kind of confused.
Oh, okay. Men
divorce women because of addiction, and I forgot the second thing you said. We were like,
addiction, and if they go to jail. That's true. Yeah. For extreme use. My whole point was generally extreme reasons. Yeah.
Okay, so we asked a follow-up question. Did your first wife, have an addiction, or did she go to jail? You said no. So we were like, well, what was the point of you bringing that up? And you divorced her. So was she not coachable? No, that's not it either. So we're like, so why don't you divorce her then?
Okay, you're right. I should have qualified that.
And so it sounds a little bit ridiculous because it didn't match. And so
that wasn't us attacking.
We were good at first. I'll just say that. We were good at, because I'm not trying to, I'd say this all the time. I'm not trying to badmouth it, but if a man marries you, he's made a decision that you are what it is he's looking for, whether that's coachable, whether that's what the wife and mother that he's looking for, whatever that is. Things can change over time, which it does. We know that does happen. It doesn't happen, but that's why I wanted to give those extreme reasons, because men will generally be like, okay, tell me what's wrong so I can fix it. All right. And if it doesn't get fixed, then we're not going to stay with you. So, and you guys said that, and you guys said, okay, well, she's not coachable. Okay, then if that's your conclusion, that's fine. I don't have any issue with that. And I agreed to it. Right.
But do you understand how that wasn't, sorry, but do you understand how that wasn't us attacking you though?
No. I get that. And then you gave your analysis, and I said, okay, yeah, you're fine. I'm fine with that. If that's what you guys came to as far as your conclusion, I'm fine with that. I didn't necessarily see it that way, but I can see how you can see it that way. Different perspective. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Mr. Britt with the $5 super chat for the for the panel. Would you date a younger Kevin? Miss Nay?
No, I'm sorry, Kevin. You nice and everything, but you're so long-winded, and I couldn't do it.
I've heard women tell me that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I know a lot. I talk a lot. So
hold on. That's only one. That's only one. One example, Mr. Kev. You don't got to defend that. The hell with Nay. Tay.
I'm good. No, thank you.
All right, y'all, Mr. Kev, they bullshitting, man. They hating.
No, that's fine. I understand. But now, understand something. When I was younger, when I had the six pack and I, had the square jaw and all the other stuff, I was married though. Now, when I did get divorced, I did the stuff that I did because I was with one woman for a long time. Shit like that. So I was getting stuff in, but I did have rules to it. For example, if a woman was like 25 and below, I didn't really mess with her because I'm like, well, she should need to be looking for a husband. I don't want to really mess that up. Because I wasn't really looking to get married. So like, if I wasn't going to get married, I'm not going to just play around with a woman. But if a woman has already been married and divorced and we can just kind of doing our thing, we see where it went, then we both kind of had some playtime there. So I kind of had rules with it. Now, other guys, they just do what they do. I try to put rules on it. And then, of course, I only dated women with kids because I had kids. I thought that was only fair.
It was righteous as hell.
Playtime. So when you were doing playtime, because you open the door up, child, and it's late and it's after dark. So when you was doing playtime, like how many playtimes did you engage in? Because a couple of episodes ago, we were talking about hot girl summers and whoremongers and whatnot. Were you one of the whoremongers? Were you creating whores?
Negative. Nope, absolutely not. And I'll tell you why. Because again, I told you I just put rules to it. 18 to 25, that's when women need to be. As far as I'm concerned, you should be like looking for that husband. Now, if you already been married and you're divorced now and you already got the kids, and I wasn't dealing with women who didn't have kids. That was my, again, this is Kevin. I'm putting my personal rules on it. That's why I was like, I'm not going to mess those women up by just wasting their time when they really could be looking for husbands. I'm not going to be that guy because I just got out of a marriage. So I didn't want to do that to anybody. And I wasn't going to lie to them about it. And oh, by the way, I didn't lie to women. I said stuff like, you're not the only one I'm dating. Or, I'm doing this. Or we'll see what this is about. Neither one of us was really, what you call it, getting super serious, but it could have went that way. Before I met the woman I married, I thought that the woman I was dating before her, she's going to be my wife.
Now y'all see my body language.
So yeah.
Yes.
No, that's a good question. I'm answering her question. So
listen. Mr. Kev was out there doing it. He wasn't fucking. He was still doing it. He dry humping, kissing, mouth closed. Ew, too much spit. Nah, come on. Mr. Kev wasn't putting in no pain. Oh man. Hey, Mr. Kev, read this for me.
So, No Cupcake Zone podcast with the 199 super chat. They are slaves to their emotions. Feels over real. Okay. Yeah, and that is kind of a complaint with women sometimes.
Yeah. Jason N with the $10 super chat. Here's $1 for every time Dana says she can't understand. Again, most educated but play dumb all the time. Man. He been saying that in the chat for like the past 20 minutes. Perfect Wisdom with a $5 super chat. Would he? Oh,
He is messy. Perfect wisdom is just
perfect wisdom. Perfect wisdom with the $5 super chat. Will y'all date a hood mystic? Why should say a hood mystic? Like he's a species.
Wow.
Yo, I like how hood mystic get a game though. I like how he get the information up. So what's it? Big Lex, come on, man. What say you, Big Lex? Would you date a hood mystic?
Not for me, but clearly he found his person, so I love that. But not for me.
What say you, Ro?
I think him and his wife have found each other. He has a catch. He's a catch. Remember that. You're a catch. Just not for me.
What? I don't even know what that means, man. Jason N with the $2 super chat. What's big on Big Lex?
Bruh.
Shit like that. Put him like that. Put him like that.
What's big on Big Lex? Big Lex?
Yeah, say that again.
You heard what I said. What's big on Big Lex?
I actually don't understand the question. What does that mean?
Her smile is big on her.
her personality.
Her brain is big.
Thank
Big
you,
Lex
ladies.
didn't even get a chance to respond.
What's big? My
Yo.
It's actually
Man,
funny.
you guys
Really
kick
funny.
me every time. Dog. Okay,
Man.
that's fine. You know,
It's
I might
always
come back.
will. It's always will.
I might
Always
come back.
will.
All right, I'm gonna hit Will up in the chat to see what it is I'm saying. I guess I don't know if I know too much. I
He
guess I
says
don't
you're
know.
talking too much.
Well, you know, you guys ask questions. I just answer the questions.
Ham.
Yeah, man. Damn, Mr. Kev. Will with the $20 super chat. Hey, Kevin, I can't take it, bro. Enough is enough. Get some rest.
Wow.
Yo, that ain't right, man. Will always kicking Mr. Kev off, man. Man, Will was coming at me earlier too. I don't know. I am not read. Nate, read this for me.
Nika D with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Degree is giving emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence seems like it's more because that means greater than.
Emotional intelligence over a degree.
Yeah.
Feel that? I can feel that. Actually, I can feel that.
Yeah,
I support that too.
Damn, man. Interesting.
Anybody can get it.
That's a fact. Yo, so Mystic, anything else you wanted to leave with the ladies? Did you get clarity when you came up here? What do you think?
Zero clarity, but I would just also like to say, you know, it's always when we make a point, well, what about the women or what about the men? But men and women are biologically different, so we can't always conflate the two. And when we come to depression, men and women are depressed for two different reasons. So if we're not going to actually look at women and look at men as two different biological species and always compare and contrast each other, we won't get clarity and we'll always be back at square one. So I seen that every time something was actually substantiated, it was, well, what about the men? What about the women? But that becomes disingenuous and a testament to not really listening to listen, but listening to respond. And it's very difficult to have conversations like that.
Amen to that.
Damn, that was good. Mr. Kevin C.
Shit like that. Shit
with
like
a 20
that.
ball
Like that.
and the super sticker.
Welcome back.
Will, he said you can't kick him, Will.
So I paid to come back, but I mean, so if you guys have questions for me, then I'll answer the questions, and I will voluntarily leave, Mr. Will, of my own volition. So you don't have to pay again to kick me off.
And he gave us real $20 in US dollars.
Like that. Like
I told y'all I go back and forth out of the States, in the United States all the time. I told y'all that. My wife's right here.
Tell her we said hi.
Tell her you
Hey.
say, hey, baby.
He'll say hi to the people. Hey, Mrs. Kevin C. What up, though? Hope all is well. You heard? Hey, Hoodmystic just dropped the gym though. I know that, and that's basically what we be getting at. Hello, what's up?
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah. They're saying, how are you, baby? How are you? ¿Cómo estás?
I'm fine.
You way prettier than Mr. Kevin.
Hey, well, she's supposed to be. She's my wife. Women are supposed to be prettier than me.
Indeed.
Yeah, she's really pretty. She's a lovely lady.
All right,
But
Kev,
yeah.
get her out of here. Now the guys talking about she pretty, Ola, and all that. All right, bye, Mrs. Kevin C. Bye.
Okay, bye. Nice to see you.
Look, Barnabas said you showing off. Yo,
she's a really great. She's a lovely lady. She really is. But no, you guys have any more
guys
questions
actually
for me?
being respectful though.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull on. I'll go ahead and pull on off unless you guys don't have any other questions for me though.
No, I was just harping on what Hoodmystic had just said. You know, I think that was really valuable for sure. Yeah. If we continue to say, well, what about this? What about that? Do we ever even continue to finish? Do we ever finish the conversation?
I do have a question for Hood though. So, is it your assessment that men and women should work on themselves? Because we can't. I don't see where we can really do it together than try to come together. But you got to work on yourself, get yourself fixed, and then come to the opposite gender ready to go. Versus,
I think I think that would always get you in some form of like a false belief because everybody is different. So I would want my wife to grow with me, learn with me, understand with me. That's why it's custom to really get, like we said earlier, I don't want to like ruffle no feathers, but a younger woman, because in general, you just want somebody that is in tune with you energetically. When you're dealing with older women in the States, they've had boyfriends, hot girl summers, one night stands. So when it comes to a point of like really having a real relationship, it ain't no preparing. She already prepared for you with all of the dudes. So it's just kind of, everything else that she's going to say is going to be
kicked off mid question, Hoodmystic.
Huh? Oh,
he got kicked off mid question. He was trying to answer his question. Okay. Yo, Will with the $20 super. Will with the $20. I can go all night, bro. Take a break. Damn.
And Will does go all night.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Child, you are so we virtuous over here.
Bruh. Mr. Britt with the $2 super chat. Big Kev with the light flex. I see you. Mike Brown with the $5 super chat. Kev with the flex. That's what's up, man. They said Will came for blood. Yeah, but no, that was an interesting answer though, Mystic. So I kind of said that before. Like, men, build yourself up, control what you can control. Whether it be education, your weight, your money, like, do the things that you can do. I think men should approach the world as if we ugly. I feel like ugly niggas work harder.
I agree.
Shit like that.
You gotta do a lot, because at the end of the day, women have vaginas, so it puts them on a pedestal. Men, we got our character, we got our finances, we got all of the things that make us a man. The problem is women then try to do what we do to build ourselves up, to say, well, I got these degrees, I got this money, I got this. But if I'm working to get something, what are you actually working for that's going to benefit the relationship outside of what I'm already working for, my qualities? So, and women, they already have the value, right? They born with the value. We got to actually get it. So if it's what about the men, what about the women, we always comparing, it's basically like I'm just getting another man, but she just looked like a woman at the end of the day, her mentality.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Ladies, go ahead, Dana.
I think it's interesting because this isn't just you, Mystic, but men bring this up a lot about how women have these degrees and these great jobs and make all this money, and that's not what you all are looking for, and that doesn't, it's not attractive to you because you don't need it. But I just don't understand why you think it's for you. Like we go out and get degrees and we get jobs because we gotta eat, because we don't like being broke, because we are single. So it's not a matter of, we're accumulating these accolades and these achievements because we want to look presentable to you. Like, what you think we doing in the meantime until we do get into a relationship, or we just supposed to be sitting around waiting for y'all hungry and in rags and shit? Like, no, we trying to go on trips and whatnot.
I understand. And it's not to say like a person should be homeless or a person shouldn't go to college or anything like that. But at the same time, what does it mean to really bring that feminine energy to the relationship? Like, that's why I mentioned depression, because the reason why a woman would be depressed is different from the reasons why a man would be depressed. Basically, the energy and vibration of just kind of like tapping into your feminine qualities and feminine energy is not going to be always based upon survival. So it's like, you can have both. You can go to college, make money, and still be immersed in your feminine energy. I don't think you can you don't have to be one without the other. I wasn't saying one cancels another out.
I hear you. That wasn't an attack on you. It's just, it comes up a lot in these conversations, but I agree with you. And I was just going to say the same, like we're capable of both. So good point.
Yeah. Mike Brown with the $2 super chat. You all are sleepy for sure. Will with the $5 super chat. Kevin, it's not personal. You should work on being more succinct for sure.
Shit like that.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
No, Dana, I think you're not wrong. However, I think the sentiment is it's been shown hard to maintain both. From men's experience, based on what we're receiving now in the modern age, like, are women able to do all the things that men have to do? Because we don't have what Hoodmystic said, it's more than this, but the vagina. Are they able to do all these things that men have to do and still maintain that femininity that men are looking for and only know when they see it? So I guess that's probably a compound question, Yeah. But I think it's something that maybe we can explore.
Yeah, I think so too. I think that would be a good conversation to have.
Word. Let me read this one real quick. Perfect Wisdom with the $5 super chat. Hoodmystic, if you believe women are born with it, then why you ask what women bring to the table? He didn't ask.
I didn't ask that. I said that was a question that men ask that triggers women. I never asked my wife what she brought to the table.
Yeah, me neither. He was just giving an example based on the question Love asked. It might be Nay as Perfect Wisdom. Is that you, Nay? Oh, all right. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. This has been a profound show. I think we had a lot of awesome takes and dialogues, and you should take away something from this, whether you're in the chat, on the panel, came up on the panel. I appreciate my brothers for coming up for sure. Perfect Wisdom, shout out to you, man. I feel like you sponsored the show today, along with Direction CYOP, and of course my brother Will, Jason, everybody who showed love. We humbly appreciate it. The next show is tomorrow. The original This Might Be Risky. The topic is men protecting themselves against women. From the whole 9 yards. Well, we're going to explore it. And as you can see, the tired conversation had a little bit of a spin on it. Hopefully we can do the same thing tomorrow. You know what I mean? But I think it's going to be a dope show. So tune in tomorrow. Now, I must be honest. Wednesday is a little bit different energy. Some is not accepted. Talking too much, you will get called out. It's just smoke. Like, if you get smoke, it is what it is. So, but I think I like it. I like it. And that is also a mixed panel if you haven't tuned in before. So it'll be the fellas and the ladies getting together to have the conversation. Jason in with the $10 super chat. Big Lex is my type.
Shit like that.
Hey Lex, why you look like that? So like my brother Mr. Britt said, Wednesdays is smoke. You know what I'm saying? I'm very kind on Tuesdays. I'm not as kind on Wednesdays, right, Dana?
You're very kind on Tuesdays.
A little bit.
A little bit, not very.
Kind enough, shit. So listen, I don't really fuck with Jerry Springer, but I do like one of his constructs. And Mystic, stay up for this, please. Big Lex, final thought.
Yes. Final thoughts. I think as a woman, it's important to evolve and to grow and to reflect on things that you would like to see yourself elevated for.
Word. Bro?
Women, don't be tired. Rest in knowing that your vulnerability is valued and it is okay to show off your femininity to the right man. So take your time.
Word. Tay?
The best way to apologize is with changed behavior, and listening is an action word.
Word. Dana?
I'm tired of the gender wars. Let's put the AKs down. You need me, I need you, we need each other. So let's work together.
Word. Love?
Actually, I'm going to echo those sentiments. Like gender wars and pointing fingers is played out. We realize on both sides of the aisle that we need each other. We love each other. We're better with one another. Black men, we need you. We love you. We appreciate you. And I know it's vice versa. Communication, if you did not grow with it or accountability did not grow with it, it's never too late to learn the skill of accountability and the skill and art of communication. It will definitely benefit all of us across the board.
Word. Hoodmystic?
Just want to say, it's hard to fall in love with a human being before you fall in love with God. And I know that might seem cliche or hard to believe, but it's just my personal experience that once I began to love God, everything fell into place.
Word. Miss Nay?
We are tired. We are hella tired. Heal before you deal. Men heal, women heal. It helps to break generational cycles of trauma and toxic behaviors and responses.
Interesting, man. All great points. I agree. I think tired happens. Just don't become jaded, right? You got to be open and willing to listen and learn. In any situation, in every situation, you have some culpability. You are never not at fault, right? So every situation you go through, every conversation you have, try to assess what you could have done differently in said situation so that you can indeed improve, right? If you have an argument with a spouse or a significant other, you should always be apologizing, and so should they, because everybody could have done something different in that situation. Okay? It's very, very important not to point these fingers, right? And that corny ass shit where people say there's four pointing back at you, that's one cliche I agree with, right? So just assess that first and then move forward. I think we'll get better results. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend, and we out.